Hello, welcome to the weather update. It is the 5th of May, and we do have rain on the way, and let's talk about it. You can see we've already had these clouds been streaming in all day long, and if we look at the MODIS satellite, you'll see those clouds started off with clear skies early in the morning, but these clouds kind of came in pretty quick. Cirrus and Altocumulus. This is what the skies look like, and we did have some pretty patterns in the sky, though, today with these altocumulus clouds, especially towards sunset. As you can see there, looks pretty there. So let's take a look and see what we got going on. Current temperatures around our area. It feels quite mild here in the middle of the island compared to the South Shore, at least. Feels like it's still 60 degrees, actually, here. Let's see. We've got 59 in Garden City. But yeah, it's cooler on the South Shore, 55 in Merrick. So temperatures generally in the low 50s on the South Shore, more like upper 50s to around 60 in the middle of Nassau County. And then we got mid 50s out in Suffolk County as well. And you see very light. The issue is we have a west-southwest wind, so that pumped the temperatures up today a little bit. Cooler in Toms River than it is here. Look at the city, though, really holding on to the heat. Still mid 60s. So Mineola is kind of an urbanized area. We kind of hold on to the heat, too, a little bit. So it's pretty mild today. You can see 73 was your high in the Mineola area, 70 at Farmingdale, 70 at Islip, 70 at Shirley, 68 at West Hampton. Even on the South Shore, it was kind of mild. Not a very strong sea breeze today. Central Park got to 74. Let's see how it did in New Jersey. Also 70, so 71. Not a big difference. Not a lot of variability today. If you were right at the shore, it looks like the Jersey Shore did actually get a good sea breeze. If you were like at Seaside or something, there's only 60 there. So let's go take a look at the wind to ground. We'll take a look and see where the current conditions are in other areas here. Because I'll tell you, it really hit me when I got back up over here how much warmer it was compared to the South Shore. So in Massapequa, where I was taking a nice little evening walk, 54 degrees. But if we're in Mineola, let's see what we got here. We're more like in the upper 50s. And in the alley, it's probably only like 60 or better. I've got the fan going, but I probably have to put the air conditioner on because it's not cooling off in here, unsurprisingly. So, yeah, 50s, generally 50s. And it's not that dry either, the airs. Look at the dew points in here. You'll see dew points generally around the 50-degree mark as well. So the air is not all that dry either. So looking at the radar here, this is our next set of low-pressure systems that's coming up that is going to give us miserable weather for the next couple of days. And if we go and we look at our Weather Prediction Center here, you'll see here's your weather map. These like numerous low-pressure systems along the stalled front kind of just cut off from the flow because, again, the jet stream's gone out to lunch and is way up in Canada, or whatever pieces of it are way up in Canada. Looking at the weather map here, this is the GFS. You'll see the deal here. Rain moves in by the afternoon tomorrow, and it's going to be with us through a good part of Saturday. And finally, we slowly get rid of it on Sunday. But we're probably not going to get rid of the clouds. And this low pressure just lingers offshore. And of course, if we can press it far enough south, we can get some decent weather, actually. But we'll have to look at this. Look at how it just retrogrades. It's just nuts. It's just totally not normal. And this is because there's no jet stream to move anything around. It's just very weird. So let's go to the HRRR here. We'll look at the zeros of the HRRR, show you when the rain's going to move in and how much rain we could get. So here we are. Rain starts, and it's going to start probably early afternoon tomorrow. It'll be fairly on the light side, but it gets heavier as we head toward the evening hours. And you can see that heavier rain, and the heaviest stuff's going to be overnight. As we get into Saturday, you can see it lingers into Saturday. That's what really makes it suck. Maybe it gets a little lighter towards Saturday evening, but it's still going to linger around. You can see there's the center of low pressure off to the south. And looking at the HRRR as far as the total accumulated precipitation goes, 1 to 2 inches of rain looks likely at this point. And again, this is the HRRR model, all right? There are variabilities in the different models, which we're going to go and look at here. So let's go to the NAM model. We'll go to the NAM 12 because that goes the furthest out. Of course, we don't really have enough of the 0Z NAM 12, so I got to look at the other one. So this is the NAM 12. Similar in agreement here. You can see that rain coming in. And it's just going to linger all throughout. And then finally, we can start to get rid of it on Sunday. But look look at what the NAM does. It actually brings more rain back into the picture on Sunday and has it linger even through Sunday. This is the NAM model. All right, so the NAM model is probably going to be super wet like it always is. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, 2, possibly as much as 3 inches of rain. So this is toward the high end here. All right, but that's the NAM model. All right, let's go to another model here. We'll go to the Icon model. The models don't know how to handle it, really. That's the issue here. So let's go here to the Icon model. Back this up. So here we are. Rain moves into the picture tomorrow. It's with us Saturday. It's highly abnormal to have it raining for such a long period of time. And look, it actually lingers part of it into Sunday as well. So it may linger into Sunday. 3 days of rain. This is unheard of and very abnormal. Now, if you go north, it'll be drier. So like I said, if you're in Maine, you're going to avoid all of this. I think you'll have nice weather all weekend long. So go to Maine, you know. So let's go back to the GFS here. And we'll actually go to the GFS. Actually, can we go to the FV3? We only have 29 hours of the FV3 in here. That's the higher resolution GFS. So we'll just have to use the 18Z GFS though. So see, rain lingers, and let's see what they have here. GFN, you know, there's no shade. It could be some drizzle around. So if we look at the total accumulated precip on here, it's a little less, but I'm thinking 1 to 2 inches of rain is probably going to be what we're going to see here. So, and we're going to not only, that's not the only thing we're going to be dealing with. All right. Let me go, let's show you the winds. And I kind of want to use this because it takes us further out. So you'll see we're going to be dealing with now tomorrow probably won't be all that windy. The winds pick up a little bit in the evening, but they really pick up all on the shores for Saturday. And you can see we're going to be dealing with these winds Saturday, and look at Sunday. And this is going to linger all throughout the week with that low just parked there in the high to the north. It's just absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. So let's look at the dew points, and I'm not going to use the HRRR for this. Let's just go ahead and use the GFS. So here's the Friday, and you can see the dew point wind flow, easterly winds here. And dew points generally in the 40s, and that dry air tries to work on Sunday, and that could dry us out, perhaps. But again, if we were to look at the NAM, let me look at the GFS first. You can see that easterly flow continues. That's probably going to keep us on the cool side, too, as well. So it's just absolutely nuts that this thing just sits here. Absolutely nuts. So we go to the NAM. And again, we've got to use the 18Z NAM. This is the 12-kilometer NAM. And I kind of want to look at this to see the dew points on Sunday. A little higher. So it's a little more moisture, but this is very unusual to see. And again, if we look at the wind flow on this, let's go and look at the winds on this. Again, you'll see that's just really could be some strong winds along the coast, particularly on the east end. Could be coastal flooding issues, especially such a prolonged easterly flow. Very abnormal. I can't even remember this ever happening before. It's just really unusual. But again, you're seeing things that, you know, aren't supposed to happen because of climate change. It's something that you will not hear on the mainstream media because they don't want to talk about it. So, now we got that out of the way. Let's go back to the GFS, and we'll go and look at the temperatures. Because with this easterly flow, you know we're going to be on the cool side. Here's tomorrow. We're not going to be getting out of the 50s probably tomorrow, and then even colder on Saturday. Probably only in the 40s, struggling to reach 50. Not much change in the day and night, you know, generally in the 40s. Sunday warms up a little bit, so it's trying to break the sun out maybe a little bit. Over Long Island, maybe close to 60. The further south you are, where the rain is, it'll actually be cooler. So it's kind of lopsided here. And then we moderate a little more on Monday into the 60s. That it's indicating more sunshine. But if you're in Maine, though, you'll have some nice weather, I think. So let's go. You won't have to deal with this rain at all. You will have to deal with the clouds. I'm not going to say that. So we're going to look at the GFS with the clouds. You'll see we're pretty much socked in for the clouds. Saturday, Sunday. Maybe we get out of it a little bit on Monday, but it's very hard to predict what's going to happen here with this very unusual setup that I've never actually seen. But this is what happens when the jet stream just disappears. You know, this is what happens. That's not supposed to happen. But again, Arctic amplification, warmer temperatures at the poles, less of a difference between the poles and the equator mean a weaker, wavier jet stream, and sometimes a jet stream that just doesn't exist at all. So that's a frightening thought. Something you should really be scared of. So now that we look at the temperatures and everything else, let's now go and look at the windy.com site. So I want to look at a few more sites regarding the wind. And this is the European model now that we're going to look at, which is another model we could look at as well regarding the precipitation. So we're going to actually show this on the clouds. We're going to show the clouds. So you get a chance to see that rain come in here and see. It's going to... It seems like it does try to bring in some drier air on Saturday, so maybe we get a little break from the rain, though it's probably going to be drizzly. Sunday, you can see we're kind of just on the fringe of it. Now, if you're in Albany, if you're upstate, you'll clear out, probably. This is Monday. You can see it just kind of... It's very strange to see this, and very hard to predict once it sets up. So we kind of have to wait and see what happens, how it all sets up. But I actually brought this up not to look at the clouds, but the winds. All right. And no, I didn't pull up the RHM because you're not going to see much sun. All right. You're not going to see the sun tomorrow, and you're not going to see the sun on Saturday. That is for sure. Almost guaranteed at this point. So let's go to the wind gusts here, and we're going to look at this. All right, wind's not too bad, but you can see the winds pick up tomorrow night. This is, again, the windy, the European model here. Look at this, though. Here we are, 6 a.m. Jersey Shore dealing with wind gusts up to 47 miles an hour. And here we are, 3 o'clock. The wind gusts now make their way up to Long Island, 39 miles an hour. The trees are starting to leaf out, so we could see some more power outages from some of these winds. But I think the main issue is going to be along the coast because of this just prolonged easterly fetch. And look at Sunday. It gets even stronger. 61 miles an hour on the Jersey Shore. That could cause some significant flooding. You can see it just lingers all week long. I mean, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just stuck. And we're stuck in this belt of easterly winds. The Jersey Shore and the South Shore and maybe parts, a lot anywhere near the water is going to be a real. It's going to be a real issue. And I want to pull up the waves here because this is truly frightening. All right, so here we are. This is Saturday, 9 p.m. All right, South Shore, we're seeing waves up to 9 feet. Jersey Shore, seeing waves up to 11 feet. But if you go out over the ocean, look at this, 15-footer waves. And it only gets worse as we head into Sunday. Look at this. We have waves out of the ocean approaching 20 feet. On the South Shore, 12 feet. There's going to be a lot of coastal flooding. Nobody's really talking about that. But I think there's going to be a significant prolonged coastal flooding threat heading through this week. And you can see it just stays up all week long. I think it's mainly the South Shore that's seeing these higher waves. South Shore, Jersey Shore, seeing these higher waves. Also, if you're in New England, too, it's going to start to affect you as well. Heading on Monday, and it doesn't go anywhere. Tuesday, look, it doesn't go anywhere. So this is going to cause some significant coastal flooding. The likes that we haven't seen in a while, I think. I really do. Finally lets up by Wednesday a little bit. But I tell you, this storm is going to be, if you go to the Weather Service site, they don't even have a special weather statement or anything on it. They really should be. They have one thing, what to expect here on the Twitter. But this is not really talking about the coastal flooding. They're just talking about tomorrow. So, but I'm letting you know what's happening here. So we've got to really watch out for a prolonged coastal flooding event. Once we're done with the rain. But we got to get through the rain first. So it's just going to be miserable. Very unusual to see. And like I said, it all points back to not having a jet stream. So let's once again go and look at not having a jet stream. So this is the GFS, 250 winds. Look at what happens to the jet stream. It just dissipates. It just cuts off. Look at what happens here. It just cuts off into this separate. Look at this. I've never seen this happen before. It's very unusual to see this. This is what you get with Arctic amplification. I'll pull this out so you can see the North American view. I mean, look at this. This is what you get with Arctic amplification. It doesn't get any clearer than that. It really doesn't. And if we go to temperature anomaly chart, you'll see there's a lot of above normal temperatures in the Arctic. A lot. So that causes the jet stream to basically become very weak. There's not a big difference between the poles and the equator. It gets less and less. The jet stream gets weaker and weaker, and you see more and more of these crazy weather patterns. This is the new normal. This is the new normal. Thank you for watching.